Welcome to the Mesa Public Schools Virtual College Fair. We are excited to have you participate in tonight's event, and we know that you will hear from some fantastic schools. My name is Danielle, and I will be your facilitator throughout the evening. As you prepare for this session, I want to share a few housekeeping reminders with you. Your camera and microphone are off, so the presenters cannot see or hear you. I encourage you to use the Q&A button to ask any questions throughout the session. I also want to encourage you to come back and check out the recordings, which will be available at strivescan.com/Greater Arizona. All right, let's hear from our first presenter, Linfield University.
Okay, thanks so much, Danielle, and thank you to everyone who's here tonight. My name is Peyton Smith. I'm an admission counselor at Linfield University. We are located in a town called McMinnville, Oregon, just about an hour south of Portland. So the next few minutes, I'll cover the academic programs that we offer, talk a bit about McMinnville, and just the other fun things going on our campus, along with some information about admission and financial aid. So like I said, we are here in the town of McMinnville. McMinnville is a small town in Oregon wine country, about 35,000 residents here, but it's a nice, cozy college town. So always fun to get out and explore the great restaurants and shops we have around campus. In terms of Linfield itself, we are a small private liberal arts university. So we have about 1,400 students total on our campus. That means our students really get a nice personalized educational experience, small class sizes, lots of one-on-one attention from your professors, and the opportunity to make connections with everyone who's here in the Linfield community. In terms of our academic offerings at Linfield, being a liberal arts institution, we are all about giving you that well-rounded education. So we offer basically a bit of everything. Our majors at Linfield are split up into a College of Arts and Sciences, a School of Business, and a School of Nursing, which I'll talk about in just a moment. And just to give you an idea of kind of what's popular at Linfield and what our students like to do, our most popular majors are things like psychology, education, exercise science, the business majors, and of course, nursing. But we have a bit of everything. So whether you're looking into something like philosophy, creative writing, engineering, pre-professional programs in medicine, dentistry, whatever it might be, we probably offer it here at Linfield. And every student does have a full 2 years before they have to declare their major. So you have plenty of time to do some exploring and really figure it out before you have to make that big decision. I mentioned that we do have a nursing program at Linfield, and our nursing program is actually situated on our second campus up in the city of Portland. If you're looking into nursing, the way our program works at Linfield is it's a 50-50 split. So you do your first 2 years on our McMinnville campus, completing prerequisites. And at the end of the sophomore year, you transfer up to the Portland campus where you finish out that nursing curriculum. That's also where you'll complete your clinical hours in a hospital setting. And the great thing about our program is we do guarantee our students a spot on the Portland campus in those final 2 years, as long as they meet our prerequisite requirements during their first 2 at Linfield. Aside from your major or your majors that you choose, you'll also complete our general education courses, which are called the Linfield curriculum. These are a set of 10 courses. They're really flexible, but designed to help you to, again, do some exploring, kind of get a taste for what's out there besides your main area of interest. We're also big believers in learning that happens outside of the classroom at Linfield. So a lot of our students get involved in things like collaborative research with their faculty, or even a study abroad experience. About 40% of Linfield students study abroad before they graduate. We offer semester abroad, full academic year abroad, and January term abroad offerings. Jan term is our sort of mini semester between the fall and the spring. So for the 1 month of January, students can opt in to take a course and get a requirement out of the way. No matter what study abroad program students choose, Linfield does cover the cost of your round trip airfare for that experience. And even though we are a small university, We are a vibrant and lively campus. Our students are involved in all kinds of things. We have over 50 different clubs and organizations that are active right now, along with things like choirs, a cappella groups, a student podcast network. We even have sororities and fraternities on campus. So you'll definitely find your kind of smaller community within the larger Linfield community once you're here on our campus. We're also a highly residential university, so about 3/4 of our students actually live on campus with a 3-year residency requirement in place, but we have all kinds of different residence halls and apartments even that students can choose from, so you'll be comfortable no matter where you end up. For anyone who might be an athlete thinking about playing in college, we are NCAA Division III here at Linfield. We compete in the Northwest Conference against a couple of the schools that are on the call here tonight. We have 21 teams total. The best way to connect with those is to fill out our recruiting form on the Go Linfield Wildcats website. And finally, looking at the nuts and bolts of the application process and financial aid at Linfield. We are a common application school, so you'll submit that common app, including your main essay and a couple of additional supplemental questions for Linfield. We do holistic application review at Linfield, so we don't have a minimum GPA for admission. We'll make sure to look at your grades, of course, but we'll also make sure to read that teacher recommendation and look at anything else that might impact your application with us. The two main things to note here are that we are test-free at Linfield this year, so we are not using SAT or ACT scores whatsoever for admission or financial aid, and it's also totally free to apply, so you don't lose anything by submitting that common application. Our deadlines are listed over there on the right-hand side. Early action's coming up pretty soon, just next week. That's a non-binding deadline, but if that's a little bit soon, we also have a priority deadline of December 1st for our scholarship competition we hold every year, and of course, February 1st for regular decision. And looking at financial aid, being a private university, that total direct cost can always look a little intimidating at first glance, but I really want to reassure you that hardly any Linfield student is paying $58,000 per year. 100% of our students with need receive financial aid with an average aid package of almost $38,000 per year. And we're also open for visits. So if you want to make the trek out to Oregon and come see campus, we would love to have you. And that's my time. So there's my contact information. Feel free to take a screenshot and let me know if you have any questions later. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Our next presenter is Oregon State University-Cascades.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Brittany Preston, and I'm the Director of Admissions at Oregon State University-Cascades. And if you've never heard of us, that may be because we are Oregon's newest public university. We're located in Bend, Oregon, and I'm going to highlight a few photos of campus, a little bit about Bend, our academic programs, and admissions. But this photo here, this shows you our campus, our physical campus, and you can see it's all brand new. It just opened in 2016, and this is actually the outside of the residence hall. We are a branch campus of Oregon State University, and we are the smaller of the two campuses. So I know a lot of my colleagues on the call tonight are from smaller schools. We're a public school that's smaller, so you get kind of that private school feel, but going and being a part of Oregon State University. We currently have about 1,400 students, and our average class size is 18. So you get a lot of connections with your faculty. You can raise your hand, there's group projects, there's lots of hands-on learning, but we're also in a beautiful location. I couldn't give a presentation without showing the beautiful mountains and the beautiful area of Bend. For those of you, since many of you are from Arizona, there's a lot of similarities to Flagstaff. So a lot of our students love the outdoors, love hiking, biking, skiing, mountain biking. But even if the outdoors aren't your thing, there's a great downtown area. And you may be thinking of rain when you think of Oregon, but we're actually on the sunny side of the Cascades. So we get about 300 days of sunshine, very similar to kind of Colorado weather. But this time of year, there's beautiful fall colors, and you can see the mountains from almost everywhere throughout the town. This is about 3 minutes from campus, so you can see there's tons of opportunities for paddleboarding, kayaking, walking along the river, or if hiking's more your thing, you can follow the dirt path up into the mountains as well. And then we have a ski resort that's just about 20-25 minutes from campus. So if you're a skier or snowboard, there's easy access to that. But I also show this photo because a lot of learning happens in our wilderness as well. So our biology students, our environmental students, they're using the rivers and streams and lakes as an outdoor classroom. And it's pretty common that I'll see students, packing into a van and heading out to do class. So you're going to get to apply what you learn in the classroom to hands-on learning opportunities. So we currently own about 128 acres that we're building the campus out onto. And this photo actually isn't even updated because we just opened Ray Hall, one of our new academic buildings. We have brand new biology labs, chemistry labs, a cadaver lab, lots of flex lab space. So lots of opportunities again for that hands-on learning. We offer traditional degrees like biology, psychology, teaching, art, but then we have some very unique programs here at OSU Cascades like outdoor products, tourism, recreation, adventure leadership, energy systems engineering. And what's so cool about being a new university is we really get to talk to industry about what they want to see in their graduates. So as we design and launch a lot of these degree programs, we know that there's jobs on the other side. We know that you're going to get the skills you need to be marketable when you go out and interview for that job. So you can go to that link, osukascades.edu/academics, to see a full list of our degree programs. And then just to be aware, we do add about 2 or 3 majors every year. So we are constantly adding to that list, and we have a lot of support from the main campus in Corvallis to make sure that you're getting the quality education that OSU is known for. Additionally, we guarantee experiential learning. So at OSU Cascades, our students have wonderful opportunities for internships, research. You have access to all the study abroad programs that OSU is known for. And then a lot of our degree programs end their 4 years with a capstone project, because our goal is that you sit down for that interview and you not only talk about your degree, but you talk about those hands-on learning experiences and how you saw your degree play out. We do have a residence hall. They are only a few years old, so they're in great condition, all new furniture. And the best part is we have private bathrooms, so you don't have community bathrooms down the hall. And we also have kitchens on every floor for our students. We also have a vibrant student life. They organize outdoor trips, they organize health clubs, academic clubs. We have a rock climbing club, gaming club. But again, as a new university, we need students like you to come with new ideas and start clubs as well. So there's a lot of funding and support to help you launch the types of activities and types of opportunities that you're looking for. I invite you to come to Bend. If you've never been to Bend, it's a great town, a great place to visit. We have daily tours, and then we also have preview programs in the fall and the spring. So if you have any questions about admissions, feel free to type those in Q&A, and I will pass it off to the next presenter. But thanks for listening about OSU Cascades.
Wonderful, thank you. Our next presenter is Pacific Lutheran University. Oh, I apologize, I'm sorry. It's Western Oregon University.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kristen Mahoney, and I am a senior admissions counselor at Western Oregon University. We are located in Monmouth, Oregon, which is in the heart of the Willamette Valley. We are about 1.5 hours south from Portland, about 45 minutes from the coast, and about 30 minutes outside Salem, the state capital. So lots of rain and lots of greenery available on our campus. We offer over 50 majors to choose from. The top majors on our campus are education. We were originally founded as a teaching school. After that, business, psychology, criminal justice, and exercise science are our next top majors. We are also nationally recognized for our American Sign Language interpreting program. But again, we have over 50 majors to choose from, as well as something called interdisciplinary studies, and that's basically building your own major. So if you have a few ideas in mind, we can help you sort of create your own major. We compete at Division II athletics. You'll see here our listing for men and women's sports. We also are adding this fall, so fall of 2022, we are adding men's soccer at Division II level. So we're very excited to be adding that. We also offer club sports, which compete with other universities, and then also intramural sports, which compete just within the Western community, anything from casual to competitive or tournament style. So if you are interested in sports, but don't really want to play for our school, but want to exercise or get to meet new people, we have a lot of opportunities for our students. So what are we looking for? We are looking for a 2.75 unweighted GPA. If you got any of our recent brochures or anything like that, it does say a 3.0, or our past brochure is a 3.0, but due to COVID, we have moved the GPA down because we understand virtual learning might have been hard the past couple of years. So we're looking for a 2.75 unweighted GPA. And then if you're a high school student, your graduation requirements are the C- or better. So 4 years of English, 3 years of math through algebra 2, 3 years of science, 3 years of social science, and 2 years of the same second or foreign language, all with C- or better. So no D's or F's. If you hypothetically are worried about your GPA or worried that you're missing some of our requirement areas, we do have ways of getting you in the door. So don't let that stop you from applying. If you are a college student or are starting at a community college or university before transferring to us, you can see our transfer requirements listed here as well. So estimated costs. So if you, as you can see, Oregon residents, WUI, and then non-res. So you'll be looking for Arizona, looking at WUI, which is Western Undergrad Exchange. So it's a reduced tuition coming from your state. Basically, everyone on the West Coast gets a reduced tuition, so you're not paying out-of-state cost. So you're looking at about $14,286 for the year, and then an additional $10,000 to live on campus. All incoming freshmen are required to live on campus their first year. It is noted that students who live on campus tend to get higher GPA, get more involved, and when they graduate, they tend to get jobs faster right after graduation. So your first year, you're looking at, we say anywhere from $25,000 to $28,000, which sounds like a lot of money, and it is. That's why we have plenty of scholarships to help get that cost down. What's great about our WUI program is we treat it like a tuition rate rather than a scholarship, which means you can stack scholarships on top of WUI. So don't panic, don't worry about tuition rates or anything like that. We automatically see it. There's no requirements to apply for WUI, and we have plenty of scholarships to help get that cost down. So the fun things on our campus, I'll leave my contact info up here for you, but fun things on our campus. We offer over 50 clubs and organizations, ways to get involved, anything from our student leadership opportunities, so student government, resident hall association. We also have fraternities and sororities on campus. They're unhoused, and most are community service based. So they don't have a fraternity house or sorority house on campus, but they do meet on campus, and generally they're community service based. We also have clubs within the different majors, so you can meet other people who are in your major, and you can also make those contacts. They'll have different career fairs that they have on campus. We also have clubs that are getting together with people of similar interest. So right now we have things like swing dance club, zombie preparedness club, anime club, cereal eating club on campus. And so if you get to campus and there's not a club for you, you can create your own. Just takes yourself, a couple friends, and advisor to sign a piece of paper and you start your own club on campus. So it's a super fun process to do. All of those, we understand that Monmouth is a quieter community. We say you get 2 cities for the price of one, Monmouth and its sister town of Independence. Can't really tell where one ends and one begins, but we do understand they are quieter communities. So there's always something happening on our campus, whether that's a smaller program like our Midnight Pancake pancake feed, where you can get as many pancakes as your heart's desire right before you have to take your finals, all the way through to our spring carnival or our holiday tree lighting ceremony that are large campus-wide events that happen on our campus. So there's always something to do, whether it's you're in the classroom or out of the classroom. So I encourage you to apply. There is no application fee this year. So for you seniors, you don't have to worry about that at all. So thank you so much.
Wonderful, thank you. We will now hear from Pacific Lutheran University.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Thank you for having me. My name is Shannon. I am an admissions counselor here at Pacific Lutheran University, and I'm excited to tell you a little about our place here in Washington. So PLU is located about 15 minutes outside of downtown Tacoma. We are probably about 45 minutes south of Seattle, so pretty close to the airport, about half an hour from Washington State Capitol, and also about an hour away from Mount Rainier. So we're in a really good sweet spot in between a lot of fun things. These pictures on the side here are of our downtown area. So you can see we are on the waterfront. There's lots of fun shops and great restaurants. That Cone building is a really cool glass museum. So if you get a chance to be in Tacoma, highly suggest that one. But a little bit more about our student body. We have just under 3,000 students, so we are a smaller university. About almost 40% of our students are students of color. About a third of our students are first-generation students or first in their family. And our class sizes are about 20 students, so it's much smaller classroom and much more of a mentoring experience that you would get with your professors here. That really definitely helps with that, to help cultivate that kind of tight-knit community feel for sure. In terms of areas of study and the majors that we offer at PLU, these are our areas of study, and then within each of these are the individual majors. So some of our biggest or most popular ones are obviously going to be like biology and chemistry. We are very well known for health sciences. We also have an 80% acceptance rate into medical school. So if you're looking to go anywhere in the pre-health field, we're an excellent spot for that. I studied sociology and Hispanic studies as a student, which are in the social science and humanities areas of study. We also offer a wide variety of arts and communication majors within there. We are well known for the arts. About half of our students do participate in the arts, even if that's not their major. We also offer scholarships in that area too, which I'll talk a little bit more about later. But if you're interested in participating in the arts, even just at all, not even majoring, you can still keep that scholarship. As far as education, we've been teaching teachers for over 130 years, so we know how to do that very well. And our nursing program is excellent. It's a 100% placement rate. Students receive well over 600 clinical hours. And we also just have a brand new assimilation facility too, which is really cool. So you'll get to practice with all of our fancy equipment and brand new mannequins that do the works. So it's a really excellent program if you're interested in nursing at all as well. In terms of studying, you will be doing your own student research projects your first semester on campus, I promise. It's going to be a wide variety, just kind of depending on what your majors and what you're interested in. But within your first semester, I mean, as a student, I remember doing my own research projects and participating in it in my classmates as well. Sometimes, depending on your major, your research project is actually going to look more like an internship. Every major has the opportunity for an internship, and these are some of the places where students have done internships in the past. So some probably look familiar, right? So Microsoft, Amazon, Boeing. They're really great opportunities to get kind of that real world experience in what you're looking to go into. We also offer networking events with all of these companies as well. So what that provides is an opportunity for you as a student to get to know current workers in the field that you're looking to go in and really kind of help cultivate those professional networks. We also provide this Loot link here at the bottom, that is a networking platform to help connect past alums with current students, again, to help cultivate that, that professional networking. It's a really great tool for you to use as a current student, but then also as a recent graduate as well, especially if you're looking to go into a specific field. There's a map feature, which is pretty cool, so you can see the alums in your area as well. So highly recommend it if you're interested in and looking just to see what alums are in your area. But as part of your college experience as well is just to kind of have fun and get to know yourself a little bit, right? And the way we do that is to just encourage students to get involved. So one way to do that is through our clubs and organizations. We do offer over 70 clubs and organizations, so tons to choose from. Another way is through our Division III Varsity Sports. We do offer over 19 in both men and women. And if you're looking to maybe stay active, but not necessarily in a competitive sport, here's some really great options as well. So we do offer club sports, both men and women's. Ultimate Frisbee is very popular. Intramural sports, also some fun options as well, especially if you like disc golf or kickball. I know I'm a fan of kickball, so I love that one. Or outdoor recreation too. So if you're interested in like hiking, camping, kayaking, outdoors, doing all that fun stuff, that's a really great organization to get involved with as well. They do really cool fun trips all year round, so I'd highly suggest it. And then another thing that we are also known for at PLU is our study abroad as well. So just want to highlight that. That's always my favorite thing to chat about. So here's some areas that students have gone to in the past. And I think my time is up. So thank you again for having me this evening, and I look forward to chatting with you.
Thank you for presenting great information about your colleges. I want to take a second to remind our attendees that you can use the Q&A button to ask questions throughout the session. All right, let's continue with our second half of presentations. Our next presenter is Whitworth University.
Great. Well, thank you so much. My name is actually not Hannah Mum. That is my colleague who works with me. My name is actually Connor DeLapp. I am an admissions counselor here at Whitworth University. Super excited to share more about our school. I don't have a slide to show off Spokane, so I'll just speak briefly about the city of Spokane. We are located on the east side of Washington State in Spokane. So we're on the sunny side of the state. So coming from Arizona, maybe you like the sunshine. That's great. You get to keep that here in Spokane. It's sunny about 280 days a year, which we love. But we also have all 4 seasons. So you will still get snow in the winter and the leaves changing colors in the fall and the flowers blooming in the spring. So it's sort of all in all, the best of both worlds. Spokane has a population of about metro population of about 500,000 people. So an urban city feel, but yet you're still surrounded by the rolling hills, the Palouse. So you get the best of both worlds being, 20 minutes to downtown or 20 minutes to your favorite hike. So whichever you so choose, Spokane has a little bit of everything to offer. Our mission at Whitworth is to provide our students with an education of mind and heart. Mind meaning that we're going to challenge you inside the classroom, academically, intellectually, but also an education of heart, meaning that you'll be given a faith-based education, and we want to challenge you in all aspects of your life as well. Whitworth has an enrollment of about 2,300 students. We have a student to faculty ratio of 11:1. I should start off by saying too, I kind of skimmed over this, but Whitworth is a liberal arts private institution. So we are a residential school. Again, you'll see that in our enrollment size being a bit smaller. Majority of our classes are going to be 30 students or less. So we really want to provide our students with that intimate learning experience where they can get one-on-one help with professors and faculty if that's something they so choose. 84% of our students will finish in 4 years, and that number is important for a couple reasons. Number one, we know that it's a large financial investment going to school and going to a university, and so we want to make sure that you're able to finish within 4 years, so you're not having to pay the extra tuition dollars. The second is that we know there's so many great opportunities outside of Whitworth, whether that be jobs or internships or grad school. So we want to make sure our students are prepared. We tell them, hey, we love you, but we want you in and out as quick as possible, just so that you can move on to bigger and better things. 95% of our students within 9 months of graduating will have a full-time job, are involved in an internship, grad school. So that is that post-graduation success rate that you see there as well. Whitworth has over 100 different majors and programs to choose from. So I will say that's something that I always like to highlight to students, is that there are tons of options when it comes to selecting your major at Whitworth. Our students aren't required to select a major until the end of their sophomore year, so you have time. And in fact, if you don't know what you want to study right away, that's totally okay. We will make sure that you are still taking courses that will get you to that 4-year graduation time. But the beautiful thing about being at a liberal arts institution is that you're going to be receiving courses outside of your field of study. So even if you're a biology major, you'll still be taking humanities and English and reading and social studies and all of those to give you that more well-rounded education that the liberal arts structure provides. So definitely let me know if you have any specific questions about majors, and I would love to answer those for you. As far as student life on campus goes, we have 10 residential halls. Most of our students will choose to stay on campus beyond the required 2 years that we ask our students to live on campus for. Students will stay on campus for the weekends because, again, it's just the culture, the atmosphere. So there's plenty of ways to get involved at Whitworth, whether that's through clubs or intramurals, or different programs, events, all that great stuff. Whitworth has something for everyone. We have 21 varsity sports. So if you're interested in playing varsity sport at Whitworth, I would encourage you to go to our athletics website. That's whitworthpirates.edu, and learn more information. And you can reach out to our coaches that way if you're interested. As far as just general application documents, what's required if you want to apply to Whitworth? It's a great question. Whitworth has a free application both on our website or through the Common App. Both are, we will accept both happily. All we ask for is your application and your transcripts. Everything else is optional. So we really want to make sure we are providing you as easy of an opportunity to apply to Whitworth. Again, it's free. And if you're already applying through the Common App, it's not going to take much more time to just send one over to Whitworth as well. For general timelines, this is just something to keep you on pace. Early action begins November 15th. That doesn't mean that you're bound to Whitworth, but it just gives you, something to look forward to. And I'll end by saying we have tons of scholarship opportunities. The average student earns about $36,000 in scholarships. So if you're interested in learning more about Whitworth, by all means, feel free to let me know. But thank you so much for being here. Appreciate the time.
Wonderful, thank you. Our next presenter is Seattle University.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for being here, and thanks for sticking with us. I am your last presenter today. So again, thank you for being here. My name is Monica. I'm one of the senior assistant directors and the campus visit coordinator for Seattle U. And I also happen to be the person who reads all the applications from Arizona. So let me go ahead and get started. All right, so Seattle University is located in, you guessed it, Seattle, Washington. We're located right in the heart of the city. We're just east of downtown Seattle. Everything that you see in red is our college campus. And while it looks like we're the size of downtown Seattle, we're not. We're actually located on about 55 acres of land, so you can actually get from one end of campus to the other, depending on how fast you walk. And one of my favorite things is that there are no roads that go through Seattle U, so you're not having to wait for cars as you try to get to your next class. Everything is kind of self-contained. I really feel that students get the best of both worlds and being a small college campus in a large urban area. And then just some fun facts. We were founded in 1891, celebrating 130 years this year. We are also one of 27 Jesuit Catholic universities in the US. And no, it's not a requirement to be Catholic to come to Seattle U. We welcome students from all different walks of life. I mentioned that we're about a small to medium-sized school. We're about 7,200 total students, 4,700 undergrad students. And we also have 20 Division I NCAA sports. We are part of the Western Athletic Conference. All right, so diving in a little bit into academics, we are direct entry to all 64 of our programs at Seattle University. So if you know what you want to major in, you can be admitted into that specific program. However, if you are like me when I was applying to colleges many moons ago and didn't really know what you wanted to do, pre-major studies is an excellent place to start. They really help you kind of narrow that down and take a look at all the different options that Seattle University offers, still while making sure you're graduating in 4 years. So typically by the end of your sophomore year, students will have declared a major, but it's again, a really great option to help you kind of explore different programs that we offer at Seattle U. I mentioned that we're a Catholic school, and it's within our core curriculum is where you're going to find our religious requirement. So we require students to take 2 classes in either theology, philosophy, or ethics. It really is up to you as far as the type of classes that you're taking. It's everything from women in the Hebrew Bible to Jesus in Hollywood, where we examine the portrayal of religion in the media. So again, those classes are really up to you as far as what you're taking. I always encourage students also to look at our honors program. There is an additional application that you have to submit, but there's either a 2-year track or 3-year track. So if you wanted some added academic rigor into your college experience, definitely take a look at that. And if you're a student who might be interested in pre-med, pre-vet, pre-dental, we have a pre-professional advising that falls under that. So those are advising tracks and not specific majors at Seattle U. We're also within walking distance of 5 of the major hospitals in Seattle, so definitely close working relationships with all of them. So a great opportunity to really get connected. And you'll see there that 100% of our classes are taught by faculty members, so we don't have teaching assistants or grad assistants who teach any of our classes. Our average class size is about 18. The largest class you'll ever have on our campus is around 30, 32. So by design, our classrooms are pretty small. And having our classes taught by professors and having the classroom so small means you get to connect with those professors starting day one. Most of our colleges actually challenge our faculty members to know the names of their students by the end of week 2. So you have that personal experience and have that opportunity to really connect with a potential mentor. So a lot of really great opportunities for our students. So I mentioned we were right in the heart of the city and that we really take our name and run with it, and that we use the city of Seattle as our extended classroom. We want you to engage with different community members. We want you to be part of our city. We want you to do internships and take advantage of the job opportunities that are in the area. Again, I mentioned that Seattle U students have the best of both worlds, and being on a small college campus of being able to explore. And we know that you want more than just academics. So our location in the Capitol Hill neighborhood really allows students to really explore the Capitol Hill area, which is the kind of the arts district of Seattle. So access to concert venues, art galleries, coffee shops. Fun fact, there's about 125 coffee shops within a 1-mile radius of Seattle or Seattle University. So definitely be well caffeinated by the time you leave Seattle U. And then again, to expand more about student life, we have over 100 student clubs, everything from social, political, to cultural, to the knitting nerds and the gamers. So definitely something for everyone. I always tell students that if they're on our campus and they're bored, they're doing something wrong. There's always something happening. And if you don't know how to get involved, our Center for Student Involvement really helps you find your community and find your people. It's a really great option to really see different folks across different areas. And at the beginning of every year, we do a large student club fair. So it's another way to connect with students and get to see what other students are involved with, or create your own club. I mentioned as well that we're Division I athletics, but we also have intramural and club sports. So depending on what level of sports you might want to play, there is that opportunity at Seattle University. Right now, the big tournament that's happening is our 3-on-3 volleyball tournament. So definitely different ways to engage with your fellow classmates and your friends. And then, as with all campuses, there are many different traditions. My personal favorite is actually happening next month. It's our Christmas tree lighting. So right before finals, we light up the giant tree that's in front of our library, and usually have hot cocoa and cider. There's gingerbread decorating competitions. So it's a really great opportunity for not only the Seattle University community, but the surrounding community to come together as well. And it looks like we're about to wrap up my time. So I'm just going to quickly skip over to my contact information. So definitely, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me directly. Or if you have any questions for a current student, you can email askastudent@seattleu.edu, and we can put you in touch with a current SU student.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you to all of our college representatives who shared great information about their institutions tonight. We're now going to invite all of our college representatives to come back to the screen. This is a great opportunity to just share some general advice with our attendees as they are embarking on the college search process or they are in the middle of their admission process. All right, so the very first question that I'd like to hear your feedback on is, what advice would you give someone who's going through the college search process? And we'll start with our first presenter.
Great question. So my advice that I always give students, and even to their parents as well, is just to keep an open mind. You probably have heard it a lot as you've been going through this process this year, but there's a lot of colleges out there, and they're all similar in a lot of ways, but different in a lot of ways. And you never know, a school you never even considered at the beginning could end up being the perfect fit. So look into all your options, take your counselor's advice, your parents' advice, and really kind of do your due diligence and just see what's out there.
My advice would be to have fun with this process. I know as we go through October and get into November and we're getting close to early action deadlines, the stress kind of, escalates and it starts to get scary. It starts to get real. But slow down, take a deep breath, and realize, like, when else in your life do you get to choose where you want to live, where you want to study? It honestly is such an exciting time, and don't lose sight of that. I know there's many steps along the way, but try to take deep breaths and have fun with this and reach out for help anytime you have a question.
For me, my advice would be, it's all about finding the best fit for you, not the best fit for your current friend group, but what speaks to you. So always make sure you tour, if you can, the college campus, or at least do a virtual tour to see if you can see yourself at that school.
I'd say my advice is to look at several different types of universities as well, so you can kind of see what you like and what you don't like, and sometimes that makes it easier to kind of narrow down what schools you'd like to apply to, or when it comes down to making your decision, kind of really what is your best fit based on your likes and interests too.
I would say some advice would be to definitely step foot on campus, if you get a chance to tour, I would definitely say take that opportunity, take that chance. You can read about a school all you want on paper or through their websites, but really once you're able to be on campus, experience the culture, just sort of get a feel for the atmosphere and what student life is like, I think that's going to be a really great indicator of whether or not you could see yourself over the next 4 years thriving at that school. As important as academics are, it's also important to just enjoy where you're at and where you're living. And so getting a chance to tour and visit campuses is a great way to learn that.
So my advice would be to connect with current students. If you know someone at the school, maybe it's a former classmate of yours who is a couple years older, make sure you reach out to them and really chat with them about their experience. How easy is it to get into classes? What's been your experience? What's something that they miss from your current school to the new school? So definitely have those conversations because they're going to be open and honest about their experience.
That's wonderful. Such great advice shared. All right, our next question here is a counselor favorite. Just one thing that you would like for our attendees to remember about your school. And we're going to go rapid fire. I believe in you. You can do it. Just one thing.
So for Linfield, we're the Wildcats. That's our mascot. So I want you to remember that we are a small school with a lot of scratch.
For OSU Cascades, go learn more about that school in Bend, Oregon.
For Western Oregon University, we may be the wolves, but we have a large number of squirrels on our campus, like a ridiculous amount. They all have their own territories on campus.
I'm sorry, am I next? I think I'm next. For Whitworth University, I will say we are the Pirates. So our hook is always Go Bucks. So if there's anything you remember, Go Bucks.
I'd say PLU is very access oriented. So we do offer quite a bit of scholarships. So definitely look into some of the scholarships and see which ones that you qualify for.
For CLU, definitely small community right in the heart of the city.
Beautifully done. All right, so thank you all so much for sharing great information about your institutions, as well as advice to our attendees. This does bring us to the end of our session. As we close out for our attendees, you will receive a very quick survey, just 5 questions. We appreciate any feedback that you're able to share with us. Want to encourage you to go back and check out the recording. There was a lot of great information shared about each of the colleges, as well as some of the great sites that are on campus and the contact information for our college representatives. So check out that recording at strivescan.com/Greater Arizona. Thank you all for joining us and sticking in there with us this evening. Have a great evening. See you later.